Alcohol has been a part of human life for thousands of years, and for thousands of years it has had negative effects on our health and our relationships. I do not believe that alcohol should be illegal, as people should be able to do whatever they want with their bodies. However, like cigarettes, people should be well aware of its many negative effects. Today we will discuss first how alcohol, despite its negative effects, is still advertised very frequently on the internet and television. Next, alcohol is one of the leading reasons, or one of the leading causes of death in the world. And finally, the negative effects of alcohol do not only affect its users. My main sources for all of the following information are Vox.com, a credible online news outlet, the National Institute for Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, known as the NIAAA, and the Center for Disease Control, known as the CDC. To start off, let's discuss why around 2 billion people worldwide, or almost one-third of the world's population, consume some type of alcoholic beverage on a monthly basis. Unlike cigarettes, which are not allowed to be advertised on television in the United States, alcohol still, to this day, is advertised quite frequently. During the Super Bowl, the most watched live event in the United States, there is always at least one beer commercial and usually another commercial for a harder alcohol. And there's also the NFL's beer, Bud Light. And so, yeah. Also, many famous actors, singers, comedians, etc. own portions of large alcohol companies and star in commercials to help influence the market in their favor. And it's not good. So that is how they made alcohol a mainstay in many people's lives, but there has to be more to this story. Now let us go ahead and discuss how alcohol is one of the deadliest drugs in existence. Somewhere in the region of 95,000 people, around 68,000 men and 27,000 women, die every single year from alcohol-related causes. Half of those are things like car crashes, falls, fights, while the other half are from the substance itself, like alcohol poisoning and liver failure. Alcohol also contributes to 25% of overdose deaths by prescription opioids, which number in the tens of thousands. So about 5,000 prescription opioid deaths are caused by mixing them with alcohol. Heart disease is also a #1 leading cause of death in the United States. And one of the leading causes of heart disease and heart failure is excessive alcohol consumption. So let's go ahead and move on to our last reason. Lastly, let us discuss how many of the negative effects of alcohol not only affect users, but their families, their friends, and even strangers. When a drunk driver crashes into another car and possibly kills someone, they are taking someone's daughter, son, father, or mother, and they have many people that care about them, and you're just taking them from this world because that person drinking and driving was selfish. When a person develops alcoholism and can no longer function like a normal person, it affects everyone around them, from coworkers having to pick up the slack they're leaving, to a wife or husband, or even a child that constantly have to worry about that person and care for that person because they aren't acting how they should. And finally, an alcoholic parent is probably one of the worst things a child can grow up with. Alcoholics often do not have the capacity to care and help their children grow in a positive environment, and as they can barely provide that for themselves. And now, let's go on and quickly reiterate the main points that we've talked about. In all, we have really discussed some of the negative effects of the substance we know as alcohol. We discussed first that we found the mass amounts of advertising that the alcohol industry gets away with on the internet and television. Next, we learned about how alcohol is one of, if not the, deadliest drugs in the world. And finally, we discovered that many of the negative effects of alcohol don't only affect users, but families, friends, and even strangers. So I hope you learned a few things about alcohol and its negative effects, and that come with excessive alcohol consumption. And maybe you'll think a bit before you drink more than you probably should next time when you're out. Thank you, and have a good day.